Hi everyone. Today I'm going to tell you three very short stories from the stories which are told by Ramakrishna Paramahansa. So let me begin the first one. Faith before uh, everything. What is that? Once a holy man gave a paper to a man who asked his help to cross the sea without using a boat. So the holy man said, "Ki take this paper and you can cross the sea without any difficulties. Take it." The man took the paper and you know what? When he was in the mid sea, that time his curiosity increased. He thought that what the paper contains that will do a miracle. Let me see it. And he opened the paper. The moment he opened the paper, he sank into the sea. Now the moral of this story is this much is the story. The moral of the story is look, he couldn't keep faith on that holy man. The man told him not to open the paper, just to keep it with him and keep faith on him. But he couldn't do that. Keep faith on that paper. But he couldn't do that, and he opened the paper. And ultimately, he sank into the sea. Anything you are doing, you have to keep some faith. At least trust someone. Then only you can succeed. Well, this much is the, um, because without faith, nothing can be possible. You have to trust. Well, this one is the first one. Second one, Pitamaha Bhishma sheds tears. Now, what is this? Now, Pitamaha Bhishma, while he was lying down on the bed of arrows, suddenly one day he was crying. The tears were rolling down continuously from his eyes. At that very time, Lord Krishna with Pandavas, he reached there, and when Arjuna saw that Bhishma was crying and the tears are rolling down continuously, he was surprised, and he asked, "Ki, oh Lord, Pitama Bhishma is a virtuous man, and he is also courageous, and every knowledge is with him. So, what for he is crying? Is it out of fear of death?" Then Lord Krishna, of course, he knows everything, but still then he uttered the words what Arjuna told him before Bhishma. And immediately Bhishma said, "Ki, O Lord, neither I am crying for any attachment, nor I am crying for out of fear of death. I am crying that I am going to die. Still now I couldn't understand the ways of God, the way He works. I do not have the knowledge of God. That is why I am crying." Well, this one is the story. Now you know what? Pitamaha Bhishma, he was a uh, extremely learned person. He knew everything, but though he had so much power, so much other things he had, yet he was not able to understand the works of God. And nobody can, the way the Supreme Soul works, the Supreme Being works, nobody knows. And even if anybody will try, can never come to know the way God works. Lord Krishna, what he wanted, what he was thinking, none of the Pandavas nor anyone could come to know. He was the Supreme Being. So he was working as per his wish, and it is very difficult, impossible for anyone to understand. Well, the third story is, a trader, he knows how to put the value of his commodities. Now, one day, a trader, a businessman called his servant and gave some gemstone, valuable gemstone, and he asked his servant to go to the market and he should begin from the vegetable seller to price it. how much he will give him the money for this, for buying this gemstone. The servant did as his master told him. He took the gemstones and approached the vegetable seller. The vegetable seller, he just tossed the gemstone and said, like he was tossing the brinjal, then he said, well, I will give you 9 rupees for this. Then the servant came back to his master and said, sir, the vegetable seller said that he would pay only 9 rupees for this gemstone. Then the uh, master said, well, go to a clothes owner. Then the servant went to a clothes owner. Then he gave it to him. Sir, how much you are going to pay for this gemstone? The cloth owner, means the businessman, he looked at the gemstone and said, well, I think I will pay you 900 rupees. Then the servant said, sir, give some more now, make it 1000. Then this businessman said, clothes owner said, go somewhere else where you can get 1000 rupees. I'm not going to pay a single pie more. Now the servant once again came back to his master and said, sir, the clothes owner told me that he will not pay more than 1 rupee more than 900 rupees. Now the master told him to go to a jeweler. The servant took the gemstone and went to the jeweler. There he showed, sir, how much you want to pay for this gemstone? Now the jeweler looked at it. Then he said, well, I will pay you 1 lakh. Now the servant came back again with the gemstones and told that the jeweler agreed to pay 1 lakh rupees. This much is the story. Now see, this servant, he went to 3 type of persons. Those who put the value of the item as per their standard. A vegetable seller, what he knows about the gemstone? So naturally he will put the value as per his standard. So he said that 9 rupees. And the cloth owner, his business was selling the clothes. What he knows about the jewel? So he put the value to this jewel, gemstone, to 900 rupees, which was actually quite high. However, he didn't know the real value of this gemstone. So he said like that. Now the servant went to the jeweler, whose business was selling the jewels. So he knows what type of gemstone it was and what should be its market price. So he put approximately the correct price for the gemstone. Maybe it was higher than that, whatever it is. At least to a standard he said. So what is the moral of this story? The moral is that everybody cannot understand the value of a learned fellow. The person who has real knowledge, a jnani, only a jnani can understand what knowledge he has. So if he will go to any other normal person, they may not understand his power, his knowledge, his means how much learned he was, like this. However, these stories were told by Ramakrishna Paramahansa and I loved those stories. That is why I thought that I must share these stories to all of you. Some other day, some other stories and very interesting stories I will share with all of you. Thank you so much for the time being. Thank you.